there. Welcome back to day 7 of the Q&A series. Today's question is this. Laney, should I just consider developing my mobile app myself? So I could make this video about 20 seconds long and say no, because that is my gut reaction. But I'm not going to do that because I do understand the desire to ask yourself that question. I understand looking at what it takes, what it costs really to bring your mobile app idea to life, and getting a little scared and questioning, like, maybe this is just something I should do myself. And I also understand wanting to save a buck. That's how me and Ryan are. We do not like to spend extra money on things if we don't have to. So I respect your decision to ask yourself this question, but I want to challenge you with a few of my own questions before you decide to take such a huge project on. The first thing I want to do is tell you something that I've learned over the past 38 years. And especially, since we've had this idea for the app over the past about 8 or 10 years. And that is this. I originally, because of my personality type, I think, thought that I could do everything the best. I remember in college, I always wanted to lead all the group projects. It, made me nervous to let other people do something that I was going to be graded on. I always thought that I could do it better. So as I got into business, I finally realized, there are some things that I am really good at, that I have good skill sets in, and there are plenty of other things that I am not good at. And so in order to get to this place of success today, I had to learn to delegate the things that I am not good at and pay for them, pay an expert to do them. Because if you attempt to do everything in business yourself, you're not going to be successful. So that's the first thing I want you to keep in mind. The second thing I like to compare this to, even though, of course, it's very different, but imagine if you had no idea how to build a house. You didn't know anything about construction, but you got a quote from a contractor and you thought, $200 a square foot to build my house? I'm just going to do this myself. That's crazy. I'm not paying someone that much money to do it. If you try to build the house yourself without any knowledge of construction, you might get it up. You might. It's going to take you twice as long, at least, as it would an actual home construction company, but you might get it up. I just would be very interested to see if it was still standing a year from now. So you might, in the same respect, be able to get your app developed yourself, but tell me how successful you are a year from now. Tell me if it crashed on day one. Okay, so just think about the long-term effects of doing things yourself as well. Now, what I really wanted to talk to you about today, if you are considering developing your app yourself, I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. Number 1, do I have, or can I learn very fast, the skills that it takes to develop an app? So that's not just coding, although that is a huge piece of it, obviously. You have to teach yourself how to code. Is that something that you think you could do? What about design? Do you have any idea how to do UX or UI design? Do you know how to create an app that is going to be user-friendly and beautiful and professional looking? What about fixing bugs and getting down to the nitty-gritty of why things aren't working correctly? Are you good at that? Are you a strategist? Can you strategize, long-term, all the different steps that it's going to take to bring this app to life? Okay? There's a ton of skills that go into creating an app, which is why you usually work with a team of designers and developers who know what they're doing, who are experienced, and who can do this efficiently. And that's really what you're paying for. The second thing I want you to ask yourself is, do I have the time? Because even when you work with a team of professionals, it's going to take between, I would guess on average, between 3 and 9 months is what we've seen apps take to get developed by a team of professionals who are working on this full time. Okay, this is a long process. So do you have that time? And actually, do you have about 2 or 3 times that time? Because that's what it's going to take you to do it yourself. And then the last question I want you to ask yourself is, are you the type to remain committed to something? And you know who you are. Those people who see projects through to the end, and those people who come up with new projects to do all the time and kind of have a bunch of unfinished projects all over the house, right? Are you the type to stay committed? Because unfortunately, developing an app isn't just about that initial development. That's going to take the 3 to 9 months that we talked about, that initial development. But guys, once you have that initial development done, your job and the developer's job is not done, not even close. There's post-launch maintenance for the rest of your app's life. I mean, every month we're updating things on the app. Every month we're receiving updates from Apple and Google Play stores of things that we have to do to update our app. Every month we are getting user feedback, and we're constantly wanting to add new features and new updates to the app. You know, look at Facebook. I mean, wow, the initial development of Facebook was nothing like it is today. Can you imagine Facebook without the like button? I mean, that didn't exist when we first all started using Facebook. Even Facebook is constantly updating their app. And if you want to have a successful app, you're going to have to do the same. So I would say 9.5 times out of 10 that someone asks me, should I consider developing my app myself? The answer is no. But of course, you might have a lot of experience in all the things that we just talked about, and that might be the right path for you. But just please really, challenge yourself on what has been discussed in this video today and decide if the quickest path to success might just be to pay the experts to develop your app for you. All right? That's all we've got today. We'll see you tomorrow for day 8. In the meantime, head to roadmaptoapp.com for more information on getting started developing your app, or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.